Grand day, you guys. Welcome to my YouTube channel, Parker on Point. If you are new to my YouTube channel, my name is Dwaynita, and I created this YouTube channel for the purposes of documenting my journey of becoming a commissioned notary public for the Golden State of California. So if you are an aspiring notary public for the Golden State of California, or if you are already commissioned in the Golden State of California and you're new to the industry like I am, and you're still trying to learn new things about the industry, then subscribe to my YouTube channel so you can be notified when I upload new videos, okay? If this is your first time visiting my page, go back to my previously uploaded videos so you can get all caught up in where I am in my journey as a commissioned notary public. So today is Tuesday, February 13th, and in this video, I'm going to explain high-level overview of what satisfactory evidence of identification of the signer means. Because as a notary public, one of our main priorities is to prevent fraud. That means that we need to identify who the signers are. We need to identify and confirm that the signer of the document is the same person named in the document, okay? So we have to follow, this is a legal requirement as a notary public. And I'm gonna be reading and using our handy Notary Public Handbook. This is a handbook that you can obtain from the Secretary of State of California website. You can order this booklet, or you can also just download it free of charge from the website. I think it's still free. When I looked at it and I was able to download it, it was free at the time, okay? So just visit the Secretary of State of California website, look for Notary Public Handbook, and voila, you'll have it right there, okay? So it's important that we understand what satisfactory evidence of identification means so that we are properly and accurately identifying the signers who are requesting our services of notarizations, okay? So here we go. This is a lot of information, so bear with me. Pause, rewind, watch it again, whatever you have to do to take notes to keep up. But again, if you can, go to the website and just get one of these books, and you'll be right where I am. You'll understand what I'm talking about it. Okay, so here we go. Identification. When completing a certificate of acknowledgement or a jurat, a notary public is required to certify the identity of the signer of that document. Identity is established if the notary public is presented with satisfactory evidence of the signer's identity. It has to be satisfactory evidence according to the state of California, okay? Because there's civil codes involved, there's government codes, so there's legal things that can happen if you're falsely identifying people, okay? So what does satisfactory evidence mean? Satisfactory evidence means the absence of any information, evidence, or other circumstances which would lead a reasonable person to believe that the individual is not the individual he or she claims to be. So there's three ways we can identify a signer. We can identify them with identification documents, the oath of a single credible witness, or the oath of two credible witnesses under penalty of perjury, as specified below. So acceptable forms of identification documents, okay? These identification documents either need to be current or they need to be issued within the past 5 years. So if a signer, it's preferred that they have a current form of identification, but if they don't have a current one, then we need to be looking at the issuance date of that documents to make sure that it was issued within the past 5 years, okay? So we can accept an identification card that's issued by the California Department of Motor Vehicles or issued by another state. We can accept a driver's license issued by the California Department of Motor Vehicles. We can accept a United States passport. We can accept an inmate identification card issued by the California Department of Corrections if the inmate is in custody in California State Prison. We can also accept any form of inmate identification issued by a sheriff's department if the inmate is in custody in a local detention facility, okay? Now here's the second set of identification documents that we can accept, and this second set of identification documents must contain a photograph of the signer, a description of the signer, a signature of the signer, and an identifying number. So similar to an identification card and driver's license, it must contain those key elements: photograph, description of the person, signature of the person, and identifying number, okay? So we can accept a valid consular identification document issued by a consulate from the applicant's country of citizenship, or we can accept a valid passport from the applicant's country of citizenship. We can also accept a driver's license issued by another state or by a Canadian or Mexican public agency authorized to issue driver's licenses. We can also accept a United States military identification card, and we can accept an employee identification card. Not any employee identification card. It has to be issued by an agency or office of the state of California, or an agency or office of a city, county, or city and county in California. Then last but not least, as far as identification documents, we can accept an identification card issued by a federally recognized tribal government, okay? So that is the list of identification documents that we can accept to confirm the identity of the signer. Now, the other way we can confirm the identity of the signer is through an oath of a single witness. Now, if the signer wants to use a single witness, that single witness must meet, you as a notary must personally know the single witness, and the signer needs to personally know the single witness, okay? So as the Notary Public, we need to put that single witness under oath, and that's where the single witness is swearing and affirming to the identity of the signer, okay? So we're gonna put them under oath. If you go back to my video files, I did a video about oaths versus affirmation. So just go back and watch that video, and you'll understand what I mean about putting someone under oath, okay? The Notary Public must also identify, even though you as the Notary Public would personally know this witness, you still need to properly identify them using one of the identification documents that we just went over before, okay? So when you're using an oath of a single credible witness, that witness is swearing and affirming that they personally know the signer, and that they reasonably believe that the circumstances of the signer are such that it would be very difficult, okay, or impossible for the signer to obtain another form of identification. And they're also swearing that the individual appearing before the notary as the signer of the document is the person named in the document, okay? And then they're also swearing that the signer does not possess any of the identification documents authorized by law to establish the signer's identity, okay? Now, the third way that we can verify a signer's identity is by administering oaths of two credible witnesses. Now, in this instances, if the signer is using two witnesses, those witnesses do not need to personally know the Notary Public. You as a Notary Public do not need to personally know those two witnesses, but the witnesses needs to personally know the signer, okay? And the same applies. You need to put both of those witnesses under oath because they're going to swear to the identity of the signer, right? And you need to check their ID as well, okay? And at the end of it all, what you want to make sure you do is update your Notary Public journal and describe and put and add what type of identifying document or verification method you use, okay? And you're going to have, if you're using the witnesses, the witnesses must sign your Notary Public journal, okay? If you're going to use witnesses. But that was a lot in this video, okay? I'm going to make sure, just make sure you go back and watch it again. Watch it as many times as you need to. But if you can, the best thing that I could encourage you to do or recommend you do is go to that Secretary of State of California website and download your own copy of the Notary Public Handbook so you can have this at your hands anytime you need to reference something, anytime you need to look up something, anytime you need to confirm that you are properly following the notarization rules, okay? So until then, keep hope alive, keep your faith high, keep thriving, keep striving, keep growing and sewing. So you guys have a blessed day, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Don't forget to like and share this video with any other aspiring Notary Publics, and don't forget to subscribe See you guys next time. Bye.